Hey YouTube, how's it going? It's Rob here. And today we're going to be doing something different. Today we are going to go over the new cards from Rivals of Ixalan. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys leave a comment, a like, and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this one. And let's get started. Alright, so let's get started with some white cards. Alright, first we have Famished Paladin. It's a 2-drop Vampire Knight. It's an uncommon. Famished Paladin doesn't untap during your up untap step. Whenever you gain life, untap Famished Paladin. And it's a 3/3. I can see this guy in limited, especially limited. It may see constructed play if you're playing a lifelink deck, maybe modern or maybe in commander. But a 3/3 for 2 is okay. But if you don't gain life once each turn, even if it's just 1 life, this guy will be a problem. So it's an okay card, not really the best. Next is Paladin of Atonement. It's a 2-drop Vampire Knight. It's a rare. At the beginning of each upkeep, if you lost life last turn, put a +1/+1 counter on it. And when Paladin of Atonement dies, you gain life equal to its toughness. And it starts out as a 1/1. So this card seems okay. Sure, you're gonna have to lose a lot of life. There's this one card from Ixalan. It's a black legendary. It's an enchantment that turns into a land. You pay like 2 life, and pay 2 life, and it's like 1 in a black. Draw a card and lose 2 life. Maybe if you keep losing life that way, you put some counters on this guy and swinging for like a lot of damage. And maybe when it dies, gain a lot of life back. But it seems more like this is a problem than more of a solution. It can maybe see limited, but I'm not sure about anything else. Next card is an enchantment. It's called Glorious Destiny. It's a 3-drop rare. It has this new mechanic called Ascend. Here's how Ascend works. If you control 10 or more permanents, you get the City's Blessing for the rest of the turn. For the rest of the game. So here's how it works. As it enters the battlefield, choose a creature type. Creatures you control of that type get +1/+1. They have diligence as long as you have the City's Blessing. So as long as you have 10 or more things on the battlefield, this is not including lands. You also get diligence. But you can name anything. You can be vampires, dinosaurs, pirates, merfolk. Like those are 4 different types from Ixalan. But you can name like cats, you can name zombies, you can name warriors, you can name humans, soldiers, any creature type. This is definitely a card that's for tribal decks, especially if you're gonna have a lot of creatures or a lot of token creators. This card will be pretty good. I can definitely see that card in constructed or limited. Next card is Temple Altasaur. It's a 5-drop creature that's a dinosaur, and it's a rare. If a source would deal damage to another dinosaur you control, prevent all but 1 of that damage. It's a 3/4. Protection from creatures is always a good thing. Especially if it's in the dinosaurs. They need a lot of help. 3/4 for 5 doesn't really seem that good, but it could always come in handy. I can definitely see this in probably just limited. It may see constructed play. Now here's a card that I'm very excited about. Zeltapa Primal Dawn. 8 drop, 6 colors, 2 planes. Legendary creature, Elder Dinosaur, and it's a rare. Its abilities are Flying, Double Strike, Vigilance, Trample, and Indestructible. And it's a 4/8. There's a couple of creatures, especially these legendary dinosaurs, that are coming out this next set. And when I saw this card spoiled yesterday, it just hit me like, wow, it's a powerful creature. But it is missing haste and it is missing lifelink. Those are two powerful abilities. Unfortunately, you don't really see a lot of cards with haste that are white. It's normally a red ability. But in my opinion, I really like this card. It is a very high cost, but there is a lot of dinosaur tribal support cards that help reduce the cost, especially from last set. It can definitely see constructed play within the right deck, but this is definitely a limited bomb. Alright, now we're in the blue cards. This card is called Admiral's Order. It's a 1 colorless and 2 islands. It's an instant and it is a rare. It has Raid. If you attack with a creature this turn, you may pay 1 island rather than pay the spell's mana cost. And you can counter a target spell. This turns it from a cancel into a dispel or on summon, like 1 little drop. It's an instant. I can definitely see this in blue-black control or blue-white control. When it's blue, it's normally control. But definitely a good card. Next is Aquatic Insurgent. It's a 4-drop enchantment. When it enters the battlefield, create 2 1/1 blue merfolk creatures with hexproof. And you can play 4, 3 in an island. Target merfolk can't be blocked this turn. Merfolks need a lot of help. This is definitely something that can help out merfolks, especially if they don't have the counters on them. There's this creature from Ixalan. It's called Herald. It's a merfolk. Creatures with +1/+1 counters on it can't be blocked. But this definitely helps merfolks to be blocked by creatures, but it can still be a problem with spells, but the tokens will be safe thanks to their hexproof. Overall, I think this is an okay card. Induced Amnesia. It's a 3-drop enchantment. When it enters the battlefield, target player exiles all cards from his or her hand face down, then draws that many cards. When it is put into the graveyard from the battlefield, return the exiled cards to the owner's hands. Control players, I think you're going to like this. Basically, you cast this out, and you basically say, discard all your cards, draw that many again, and basically, it's just a luck of the draw. You're playing a mono red player. They have gas all in their hands. Oops, draw, discard that all, face down, draw 7 cards, or draw 5 cards, or whatever, how many you have in your hand. This is definitely a control player's dream. I believe control is going to definitely like this. And it is also a story arc card. This is looks like 2 of 3. Next we have Chimera's Awakening. It's a 2 colors and 2 island enchantment. It has a scent. At the beginning of your upkeep, each player draws a card. If you have the city's blessing, only you draw a card. So you get to draw an extra card at the beginning of your upkeep. That's okay. Blue players love to draw cards. This will definitely come in handy. Another card for the merfolks is River Darter. It's a 3-drop, 2/3 merfolk warrior. It cannot be blocked by dinosaurs. Limited only since dinosaurs and all the other different types of creatures from Ixalan, like the or only came out in this recent set. I can't really say too much about this card since dinosaurs not really been played too much in constructed. But if you play this in limited, I'm sure you'll be okay. Next we have Seafloor Orpal. It's a 2 colors and 2 island Merfolk Wizard. Whenever a Merfolk you control deals damage to a player, draw a card. This is combat damage. Hey, this is pretty good. It's basically turning your Merfolk sideways and attack in. And each time they deal damage to the opponent, draw a card. That's not bad at all. Next we have Secrets of the Golden City. It's a 1 colors and 2 island sorcery. It has Ascent. Draw 2 cards. If you have the city's blessing, draw 3 instead. As long as you have those 10 or more permanents, draw 3 cards. Otherwise, it's just divination. Just 1 more island included. Next we have Silvergill Adept. Here's a 2-drop Merfolk Wizard. As an additional cost to cast it, you can reveal a Merfolk or just pay 3. When it enters the battlefield, draw a card. Basically, just show a Merfolk from your hand as long as you have a Merfolk, and you can cast this for 2. Otherwise, pay 3. I'm just going to do a few more cards. We have Time Stream Navigator. It's a 2-drop pirate. And has a send, and then he has 2 and 2 islands, and turn it. Put it at the bottom of your owner's library. Take an extra turn after this one. And you can only activate this if you have the city's blessing. Just make sure you have 10 or more permanents on the field, and you can just put this guy on the bottom of your library as long as you pay his mana cost, and you can take an extra turn. Yeah, that's pretty good. Next we have Dusk Charger. It's a 4-drop horse with a send. It has +2/+2 as long as you have the city's blessing. Starts out as a 3/3, but if you have the city's blessing, it becomes a 5/5. I can definitely see this in limited, but other than that, possibly I can't really see it in constructed. Next we have Ravenous Chupacabra. It's a 2 colors and 2 swamp beast horror. When it enters the battlefield, destroy target creature and opponent controlled, and it's a 2/2. Definitely limited playable. I'm not really sure if this will be constructed, but it's always a good thing if you can destroy someone's creature without doing combat damage to it. Next we have Testimok Primal Death. It's a 4 colors and 2 swamp legendary creature, Elder Dinosaur. It has Death Touch, and then you can reveal a swamp. Pay a swamp, reveal it from your hand. Put a prey counter on target creature. Activate this ability only during your turn, and when it enters the battlefield, destroy each creature your opponent controls with a prey counter on it. So, as long as you cast this during your turn, like first turn, swamp, turn it, I'm going to reveal this. I'll put a prey counter on that creature. A couple turns later, you put some more prey counters on some creatures. Definitely going to be some scary stuff. Now you have plenty of lands to cast this guy out, or you have enough dinosaur support to cast this guy out, and boom! Every creature had a prey counter on it is gone. Definitely limited. You could see constructed play. You can even maybe see commander play or modern play. Next we have Bonus Hunger. It's a 3-drop instant with a send. Each opponent sacrifices a creature, but if you have the city's blessing, each opponent sacrifices half the creatures he or she controls, rounded up. So let's think here. You take everything, like they have 2 creatures to get rid of 1. They have 4, they get rid of 2, 8, get rid of 4, 10, get rid of 5. Basically, as long as you have an even number, and divide that by 2 by those creatures. 2 more cards we're going to go over. Oh yeah, Brass Bounty is a 6 colorless and 1 mountain. Sorcery. For each land you control, create a colorless treasure artifact token with add 1 mana to your ability. Sorry, 1 color of any mana to your mana pool. Very large drop. Don't really see this in any other play than possibly limited or draft, but don't count me on that. And our final card is Daring Buccaneer. It's a 1-drop pirate. It's a 2/2. As an additional cost, reveal a pirate or just pay 2. A 1 mana 2/2 is really good. Just make sure you have a pirate in your hand. Reveal that real quick, and boom, you have a 2/2 on the first turn. This is almost like, let me think here. What's the 1-drop 2/2 in Zendikar? It's the Goblin with haste, and if he attacks, you have to reveal a land. Your opponent reveals a land. Give me 1 second. Goblin Guide. I don't know why I couldn't think of it, but Goblin Guide. Just minus the haste and minus the ability to give the opponent a land card and put it manually at hand. This is definitely a pretty good card in limited. They can also possibly see constructive play in the mono red deck if it's playing with pirates. Yeah, that's a pretty good card. I believe I'm gonna end it off here for right now. Leave a comment and a like and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. I might make some more. It all depends if I have time to. But thanks for watching, you guys.